This sweet little puppy is Wilson. Wilson was brought to us previously owned, and the reason he was turned in, the owners say that he was not getting along with their other dog. However, they'd only had him for a short while and decided that it wasn't working and turned him into the shelter. In the interim, since he's been with us, Wilson's been in foster care, and he got along famously with that dog. So again, it might be just a specific dog issue, which we're not categorizing him as not getting along with dogs. What we do recommend, though, is that if you have an existing dog and you're interested in adopting one of our dogs, that you bring your dog in to do what we call a meet and greet, which is where we take them out on neutral territory and see how they interact just briefly. Sometimes it's not a full picture of how the dogs will interact, but it might gauge some insight as to how they might eventually interact. Wilson is only about 6 months old, so he is a puppy. He's very shy. He is color-coded green in the kennels. He's a little bit leery of strangers, of newcomers, so he definitely gives off that vibe when you walk through his kennel. But once he gets to know you, he's very affectionate, very well-mannered. He's fairly quiet. I know he can bark. I've never heard him bark. And I know you'll hear me say this regularly on Pet Pals, but he is my favorite animal in the shelter at the moment. So we're looking forward to placing him with somebody who preferably has some dog experience. Even though he is fairly gentle-mannered, he needs somebody that's going to continue to encourage those good manners of keeping his paws on the ground and not jumping up, taking treats gently, walking nicely on a leash. So he'll need somebody who's got, again, with puppies in general, you need to have patience and you need to have some sense of consistency. He's only about 42 pounds now, so he's on the slighter side of weight. We've already vaccinated him against rabies. We have tested him for heartworm, Lyme, Ehrlichia, Anaplasma, and all of that is negative. Our puppy adoption fee is $150, and we do have what is called a puppy process. And sometimes there's either misunderstanding or misinformation, but with puppies, we know that so many people want puppies. However, we also know that puppies are very demanding and deserving of a family that can offer them time and experience and patience and put an effort into training them. So with Wilson as one of our puppies, we will take up to 4 applications, and that allows us to screen different homes so we can make the best match possible for what he's going to need. And even if you're one of the 3 families that may not end up with a puppy, that doesn't mean you're not a good family. It doesn't mean you're not a good candidate for adoption. It just means that when we look at the requirements of our certain puppy and the ability that you're able to provide, the things you're able to provide, it's just not the best match based on maybe up to 3 applications more. But Wilson is available now for adoption. If you're interested in visiting with him, he's no longer in foster care. He's back at the shelter, and we would love nothing more than to get him into a home quickly because he is a puppy and he is deserving of a lifelong experience with a full-time family.